Hi there, my name is Gina Logrande and I want to thank you for being here. This session is all about making grocery shopping feel a little less stressful and giving you some practical real-life ways to stretch your budget without sacrificing your family's health. I know how hard it can be to make good food choices when time, money, or energy are tight. My goal today is to keep things simple, supportive, and doable, so you walk away with tools that actually fit your life. I really appreciate you showing up. Let's get started. In this lesson, we're focusing on smart, realistic strategies for busy families trying to eat well without overspending. We'll talk about how to build meals that actually keep kids and adults full, meals that are affordable, low in added sugar, and high in nutrition. We'll also cover ways to stretch your grocery budget, like using unit pricing to find the best value, and how to shop with a plan so less food gets thrown away. Throughout the lesson, we'll share easy swaps that help increase protein and fiber while cutting back on ultra-processed foods and sugary habits. These tips are designed with families in mind and are especially relevant for communities like Burnett County, where access and affordability are ongoing challenges. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress through simple changes that make a real difference over time. In Burnett County, too many families are stuck choosing between what's affordable and what's nutritious. More than 14% of residents are food insecure, and that includes children. Rates of obesity and diabetes here are higher than the state average, and families often have to travel long distances just to find fresh produce or affordable proteins. When money or transportation is limited, people fall back on what's cheap and convenient, and that usually means ultra-processed foods. The good news is that small shifts in shopping habits can help families stretch their grocery budget while still supporting their kids' energy, focus, and long-term health. This lesson gives practical ways to do that, starting with ingredients that are easy to find and meals that don't require a lot of time or equipment. Our first lesson focuses on grocery budget basics. The biggest impact on your grocery bill happens before you ever get to the store. Planning just 3 or 4 meals ahead of time, even loosely, helps avoid last-minute takeout or food waste from forgotten ingredients. Before shopping, check your pantry or fridge for what you already have. This helps avoid doubling up and keeps you focused on what you actually need. Set a budget you can realistically stick to, even if it's just a rough range. Then use unit pricing, that little price per ounce number on the shelf, to compare brands and sizes. It's one of the easiest ways to save money, especially on things like cereal, canned goods, and cheese. A written list helps you stay focused, reduce impulse buys, and avoid getting overwhelmed, especially if you're shopping with kids. A few simple habits like this make healthy meals more affordable and predictable week after week. Eating well on a budget doesn't have to mean living off ramen or skipping protein. Some of the most affordable grocery staples are also some of the most filling and nutritionally dense, like eggs, canned tuna, frozen vegetables, or beans. Pairing protein with fiber, like tuna with canned green beans, or eggs with leftover veggies, helps stabilize energy and prevent blood sugar spikes. For kids especially, this can help with focus, mood, and appetite throughout the day. Frozen and canned produce is just as nutritious as fresh and often more affordable. Look for no salt added or packed in water options when you can. Tools like My Plate are a helpful way to picture balanced meals, but it's okay to adapt them. If your plate has protein, some fiber-rich carbs, and color from a vegetable or fruit, you're already doing a lot right. Grocery costs can add up fast, especially if you're shopping without a plan or paying for name brands. One of the best ways to stretch your budget is to compare unit prices, which show the cost per ounce or pound. This helps you spot the better deal, even when package sizes look different. Store brands are often just as good as name brands, especially for basics like oats, canned goods, cheese, or frozen vegetables. Seasonal produce is usually cheaper, but don't forget about frozen. It's often more affordable and doesn't spoil as quickly. If your store offers weekly deals or digital coupons, that's another easy way to save. Just make sure you're buying things you'll actually use. Finally, build meals around what's already in your pantry or what's on sale. This helps reduce waste, lowers your grocery total, and gives you a more flexible shopping experience when things are tight. When feeding a family, the goal is to stretch the dollar without training kids to crave sugar-heavy, carb-loaded meals. These budget-friendly options prioritize protein, fiber, and healthy fats, nutrients that support growth, focus, and energy, without setting the stage for insulin resistance later on. For breakfast, think scrambled eggs in a tortilla, plain yogurt with fruit, or even cottage cheese with canned peaches. Lunches might include tuna salad and a tomato, or chicken salad and a celery boat, easy to prep, low in sugar, and high in satiety. Dinners can be batch prepped with lean proteins, frozen veggies, and a slow carb like sweet potatoes or brown rice. The overlap in ingredients reduces cost and cuts down on food waste, but more importantly, it helps parents set habits that protect their children's health long term. Families face all kinds of barriers when it comes to eating well. Lack of time, limited transportation, not feeling confident in the kitchen, or thinking healthy food is too expensive. Let's clear up one common misconception first. Healthy eating doesn't have to cost more. When meals are built around nutrient-dense foods like eggs, canned tuna, frozen veggies, or beans, you often need less food overall to stay full and energized. Ultra-processed foods might seem cheaper, but they digest fast and leave you hungry again. That said, even when people want to make a change, access and time are real challenges. If getting to the store is tough, pantry delivery, ride sharing, or mobile markets might help. If cooking feels overwhelming, start small. 3-ingredient meals, slow cooker recipes, or prepping once a week in batches. The goal isn't perfect meals. It's small, doable shifts that support your family's health in ways that feel realistic and sustainable. The strategies we've talked about today work best when they're supported by real resources, and Burnett County has several. The Central Texas Food Bank runs monthly mobile distributions in this area, and local churches or schools sometimes host them. These events can help families stock up on pantry basics without spending extra. WIC and SNAP are two of the most important programs available. WIC helps pregnant women and families with kids under 5 access healthy foods and nutrition guidance. SNAP provides monthly grocery funds based on income, and both programs can help stretch your budget while still supporting your family's health. Texas A&M AgriLife Extension is another great tool. They offer free cooking and budgeting classes, some in person, others online. You might also see flyers for cooking demos at local community centers or through Facebook groups. These services are here to help. You don't have to do it all alone. If you're wondering how to start applying what we've talked about, this simple challenge is a great first step. You don't have to do it all, just pick a few small actions and try them on this week. Plan 3 dinners ahead of time. Check unit prices on a couple of items. Try a new budget-friendly protein, and test a different form of vegetable. These tiny shifts repeated over time are what help families feel more confident and more in control of their grocery habits. And if it helps, snap a photo of your meals or share your favorite swap with someone else, because when you talk about it, it sticks. And when it sticks, it becomes a habit. Let's wrap this up with a few final thoughts. First, budgeting isn't about giving things up. It's about taking control of your grocery spending so you can make more intentional choices for yourself and your kids. When you shop with a plan, you reduce waste, stretch your money further, and make healthier meals feel more possible. Second, small changes really do make a difference. Swapping soda for water, building meals around protein and fiber, using frozen veggies instead of skipping produce altogether. These are the kinds of shifts that improve energy, focus, and long-term health. Third, smart shopping is one of the most powerful ways to support your family's well-being, and you don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Pick one new thing to try this week, a budget meal plan, a new recipe, or just checking unit prices at the store. Every little step counts. Thank you all for taking the time to be here today. I appreciate your attention, your presence, and the opportunity to share something I hope felt both practical and empowering. Whether you take away one small change or a whole new mindset, know that progress, not perfection, is what matters most. Keep showing up for yourself and your families. You've got this.